It's simple, deductive pragmatism, but built on a foundation that relies on a woman's accurate self-evaluations. The genuine desire they used to experience at the outset of their relationship was predicated upon a completely unknown set of variables. Overtly communicating a desire for a reciprocal desire creates obligation, and sometimes even ultimatums. Genuine desire is something a person must come to or be led to of their own volition. You can force a woman by threat to comply with behaving in a desired manner, but you cannot make her want to behave that way. A prostitute will fuck you for an exchange. It doesn't mean she wants to. Whether in a monogamous marriage, LTR, or one-night stand, ONS, strive for genuine desire in your relationships. Half of the battle is knowing you want to be with a woman who wants to please you, not one who feels obligated to. You will never draw this genuine desire from her by overt means, but you can covertly lead her to this genuine desire. The trick in provoking real desire is in keeping her ignorant of your intent to provoke it. Real desire is created by her thinking it's something she wants, not something she has to do. The desire dynamic. A woman's imagination is the single most useful tool in your game arsenal. Every technique, every casual response, every gesture, intimation, subcommunication hinges on stimulating a woman's imagination. Competition anxiety relies on it. Demonstrating higher value, DHV, relies on it. Prompting sexual tension relies on it. Call it caffeinating the hamster, if you will. But stimulating a woman's imaginings is the single most potent talent you can develop in any context of a relationship. Divulging the full truth of themselves to women in the mistaken belief that women desire that truth as a basis for qualifying for their intimacy. Learn this now. Women never want full disclosure. Nothing is more self-satisfying for a woman than to think she's figured a man out based solely on her mythical feminine intuition, i.e., imagination. When a man overtly confirms his character, his story, his value, etc. for a woman, the mystery is dispelled and the biochemical rush she enjoyed from her imaginings, her suspicions, her self-confirmations about you are gone. Most guys with a beta male mindset classically do exactly this on the first date and wonder why they get LJBF promptly after it. This is why. Familiarity is anti-seductive. Nothing kills game, organic passion, and libido like comfortable familiarity. Despite their common filibuster tactics, women don't want to be comfortable with a potential or proven sex partner. They need their imagination stoked to be excited, aroused, and anxious to want sex with a potential partner. In an LTR, there's an even more critical need to keep prodding that imagination. I would go so far as to say it's imperative for a healthy relationship. But then you'll ask, how do you go about that when your LTR girlfriend or wife already knows your story and the familiarity becomes cemented in? The easy answer is, let it never be from the outset. The health of any LTR you might entertain depends and survives on the frame you enter it with. The foundations of a healthy LTR are laid while you're single and dating non-exclusively. I've yet to meet the guy who's told me he's getting more frequent, more intense sex after his LTR, marriage, live-in situation was established. The primary reason for this is the relaxation of the competition anxiety that made the urgency of fucking you with lustful abandon in your dating phase an imperative to get you to commit to her frame. That's the crux of the matter that so many guys fail in. They surrender the frame before they commit to an LTR. They believe, thanks to their feminine conditioning, that commitment necessitates and is synonymous with acquiescing to her frame control. Combine this with anti-seductive familiarity and the growing commonness of your own value because of it, and you can see exactly why her sexual interest wanes. So what do you do to prevent that? First and foremost, understand that whose frame you enter into an LTR with sets the foundation of that LTR. If you find yourself buying into the "it's women's world and we just live in it" mentality, where your default presumption is that commitment means she wins by default, you lose, and that's just how it is. don't even consider an LTR. She enters your world, not the other way around. Secondly, you need to cultivate an element of unpredictability about yourself prior to and into an LTR. Always remember, perfect is boring. Women will cry a river about wanting Mr. Dependable and then go off and fuck Mr. Exciting. In an LTR, it's necessary to be both, but not one at the expense of the other. Too many married men are terrified to rock the excitement boat with their wives or LTRs because their sex lives hang in the balance of placating to her and her already preset frame. She must be reminded daily why you are fun, unpredictable, and exciting, not only to her, but other women as well. This requires covertly, tactfully, demonstrably implying that other women find you desirable. Women crave the chemical rush that comes from suspicion and indignation. If you don't provide it, they'll happily get it from tabloids, romance novels, The View, Tyra Banks, or otherwise living vicariously through their single girlfriends. By playfully staying her source of that rush, you maintain the position of stimulating her imagination. Married men who were defeated before they committed don't think that elements of game apply to marriage out of fear of upsetting their wives' frame, when in fact, being cocky and funny, neg hits, and many other aspects of game work wonderfully. Just kicking her in the ass and busting her chops playfully is sometimes enough to send the message that you're fearless of her response. You can break her frame with cockiness and the imaginings that come with it. Breaking from an established, predictable familiarity is often a great way to fire her imagination. Married guys will report how sexual their wives become after they get to the gym and start shaping up after a long layoff or for the first time. It's easy to pass this off as looking better makes women more aroused, which is true, but underneath that is the breaking of a pattern. You're controllable and predictable so long as you're pudgy and listless. What other woman would want you? But start changing your patterns, get into shape, make more money, get a promotion, improve and demonstrate your higher value in some appreciable way, and the imagination and competition anxiety returns.